Hi everyone, I'm Emma Zoe from Zany Waves, and I'm here chatting with Caroline Romano today. Caroline, do you want to introduce yourself a bit to people who might not be familiar with your music?
Yeah, my name is Caroline Romano. I'm 22 and I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee. And I guess I'd say I make alternative pop rock music, I guess. And I've been here writing in Nashville and making music since I was 15. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely I feel like your music isn't just one genre.
Yeah.
If there's one word that I could use to describe it, it would definitely be along the lines of like fiery. Like all of your songs feel very passionate and almost like I don't know, almost a bit like confessional. Like, is that fair to say?
I think that's very fair to say. That's definitely better than I could have put it. So I appreciate that. That's always something I try to be in my songs. So yeah, I would say so.
Awesome. Yeah. Can you tell me more about like your writing process? Do all of your songs stem from experiences you've had? What does that look like?
So for me, writing looks a little different every time, which is what I love about it. I'm a very lyrics-based person, and that always is kind of how it starts for me is like with a line, or if it's just something I want to say, I always go to the lyrics first. And so I might have like a thing in my head that I keep hearing, or like a poem that I start writing, and I'm like, this could be a song. But also living in Nashville, I'm surrounded by a lot of like great producers and track people, and I have sessions pretty regularly with them. So sometimes it's like they'll have a track and I'll just go through my notes and look at something that feels like this goes with this, or I'll just start writing to that. So it's different every time, but I love it. And it's always just me trying to tell a story. And it's I would say 99.9% of the time based off of something very true to me. But sometimes, you spin things a little bit or try to get in the mindset of someone else in certain moments for sure.
Absolutely. No, that's interesting to hear that you actually write poems too, and they sometimes turn into songs because I feel like that's something that's very intuitive with like poems and like lyrics. Like they both are this very artful and like delicate way of expressing emotions.
Yeah.
Do you ever take inspiration from other forms of media, like movies or books, or I don't even know?
Oh, totally, totally. Like I have a song that I wrote entirely based off of this like indie Irish film called Cherry Bomb. And the song I wrote is called Ireland in 2009. And it's basically me just putting myself in that like kind of scenario and like if I was there kind of thing. It's cooler than it sounds when I said it, I promise.
No,
And
I love that film.
yeah.
Like Rupert Grint and Robert Sheehan, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. No one ever knows what I'm talking about, but that's yeah. Respect
No,
for that.
that's such
Yeah.
an underrated movie.
That was my whole like 2018 childhood like obsession on this is it. This is teenagerism. Um, and then I also wrote an EP based off of, well, very much based off of Greek mythology and a book called The Song of Achilles that was very prominent in a relationship I was in. So that definitely has a lot of themes in that EP as well. So yeah, I would say just a lot of things I read and see affect my music.
Awesome. I also love Song of Achilles. So like everything you're naming, I'm eating up.
I love that. Love it.
Um, how about with your most recent song? Does it matter? What was the process like for that?
Doesn't Matter was one of my favorite songs to write as of late, just because I sat down with my friend John the Dropout, and basically he's like one of my best friends, and he's like one of the weirdest producers I know, but I love it. I love that we go very experimental. And he got with me at the beginning of the year and was like, let's just get together every Monday and write the weirdest thing that none of us edit. It's just the first thing that comes to our minds. I'll do the track, you do the lyrics, we'll put them together, and that's what it's going to be. And I was like, that sounds awesome. Let's do it. So that was our first session together doing that. And he just started doing those like weird like drum patterns. And I just started writing in my mind kind of the things I was thinking about in a current situationship I was kind of in. Like I I won't ask you if you kissed her, like all the things I just wanted this guy to like basically say to me or that I could say to him. And it was very stream of consciousness. And we wrote it like fully, like recorded the whole thing in like an hour because we both didn't edit any of it, and that's what it is. It's just very stream of consciousness, which I like.
That's awesome. Yeah, like it definitely translates through the song, but I'm always pleasantly surprised, I guess, to hear if like a song just comes that naturally to an
Mhm.
artist because like sometimes it really like those are some of the best songs that
Mhm.
really resonate with people. So that's
Oh,
awesome to hear.
thank you. Thank you.
Um yeah. I also want to ask you a bit about touring and live performances because you've had quite a few shows this year.
Yes.
How does that change how you approach your music, like if at all?
Coming off of my first tour, I definitely was like, okay, there are some things I can do in my music to just make the little moments hit a little bit harder. And a lot of it is production wise, and a lot of it is finding space in songs. I'm a very wordy person. So just realizing sometimes it's good to have a breath or a moment where I can kind of interact with the audience a bit more. And it definitely inspired me to maybe like, hey, Caroline, not every song has to be so depressingly sad. You should probably like get some up-tempo stuff. So I'm working on that a little bit as well too. Um, but I mean, I think something that was encouraging for me about tour was seeing how even the songs that I had that were like not the most energetic songs, but were just the most passionate and heartfelt and like you said, confessional. Those were the ones that seemed to resonate the most with people live, and those are the ones that people would sing back to me at the end of the night, like which is very cool. But yeah, it's definitely like giving me a few notes about things I can do for sure. But it was so much fun. I loved it so much.
I can imagine, yeah, that's always like such a special moment when the audience like sings back.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised that it was on those like
Mhm.
more like emotional songs.
Yeah.
Do you have any like pre-show rituals you've developed, or are you kind of
I think our by the end of tour and like in the shows we've played since then, my pre-show ritual, I like have to sit and listen to like a half of an album for like the first half. I'll just sit in my car and listen to it. I would sit in the bus for that, and then I go with my band. We take a tequila shot. I drink a coconut water. We go out there, and then that's what it is. So yeah, pretty simple but effective, I guess.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
What if I ask like, is it the same album every time or does it rotate?
It fluctuates depending on like what headspace I'm in. If I'm like depressed, I listen to like some 21 Pilots and like get back in my like emo child era. I've been listening to the Bring Me the Horizon record a lot lately. I feel like I have a show Wednesday and it's probably gonna be the Charlie XCX album I'm gonna listen to before I go on stage because I need that energy a little. But it changes, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That's actually the perfect like segue into the next part of the interview, where I'll just basically ask about different songs, different albums that are kind of like the soundtrack to your life right now.
Yeah.
Um, Starting off easy. What is the most recent song you listened to?
I have to fact check this. Hold on. We got this right here.
No, I'm the same way. Like even if
It,
I'm listening to a song and somebody asks, I need to double check.
right, right. Okay, so what's paused currently on my phone is "The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived" by Taylor Swift. So that is the most recent song I've listened to, apparently. So
Nice. Switching from songs to albums, what are three albums that you'd bring to a deserted island with you?
this is such a hard question. It's important, but it's so hard. Okay, I would say the three albums I'd bring would be uh oh God. Okay, 1989 Deluxe Version by Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Um, the Vessel EP by 21 Pilots, and the six season album deluxe with the re-recordings of Noah Khan. So
Okay, okay. So we
they're all
have like
pretty lengthy albums, so it gives me some expansion to have time for.
yeah,
But yeah.
and like a lot of different sounds as well. So like you're covered in any
Oh
scenario.
yeah, totally, totally.
Um, let's see. Controversial song choice.
So
So, what is a song that you love but most people tend to hate, or that you dislike but others tend to love?
Damn. Okay, this is hard. I'm obsessed with this song Girls by The Dare, and it's like very hyper pop weird, and everyone I play it for is like turn it off, but I'm like I love this song and you can't take it away from me. So that's
Ni
one that I think I'm trying to rally for a little bit.
nice. Yeah, it's always those, like, super niche
Oh
ones
yeah.
that, like, make you, like, the coolest person in the room or, like, gets you the side eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure. What's yours? I'm curious.
Oh, um, that is a great question.
If you need to ruminate at the end of the interview, you can tell me off recording.
Alright, I'll think about it.
Cool.
Um, let's see. Um, what is your go-to karaoke song? I feel like that's a
Oh, easy misery business. I just did that like um two nights ago. So yeah. Misery Business by Paramore is my go-to.
nice. Um, let's see. Alright, I think I'm ready for, like, the big finale question. Um, what is the best song of all time in your opinion?
Oh my God. This is the hardest question I've ever heard in my life. Um, okay. If I'm trying to think objectively is the best song of all time. To this is I mean, it has to just be in my mind like, dang, this is really hard. I think off the top of my head, Long Live Speak Now, Taylor Swift, and that's a controversial opinion for one. But two, I'll advocate for this and that I think it was written by a 19-year-old girl. It's so poetic, but so timeless. And it goes through the entire range of, I think, human emotion, nostalgia, hope, anguish. I think it's one of my favorite songs of all time. I think it is my favorite song of all time. So before I overthink it, final answer. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Caroline.
you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Caroline's newest release, Doesn't Matter, and check out the links below for more. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Zany Waves. Happy listening.